Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Todd Chrisley says he has no remorse after being pardoned by Trump. "I would have remorse if it was something that I did," said Todd Chrisley at a press conference after being released from prison. Donald Trump issued pardons this week for the former reality TV star and his wife Julie, who were convicted of fraud and tax evasion in 2022. He later added, "I was convicted of something I did not do." The reality TV star and his wife were convicted of conspiring to defraud community banks in the Atlanta area as a way to obtain more than $36 million in personal loans. According to prosecutors, they spent the money on luxury cars, designer clothes, real estate, and travel, and used new fraudulently obtained loans to pay old ones. Prosecutors said that they failed to file or pay taxes for the years 2013, 2014, 2015, or 2016. Todd Chrisley filed for bankruptcy. He was sentenced to 12 years and his wife to 7. Trump pardoned them both this week after pleas from their daughter, Savannah. Curiously, given his new statement, in 2022, Chrisley seemed to admit that he had taken money and not paid it back. "I always intended to pay it back," he said at his sentencing. Asked about his wife's reported statement of remorse in 2022, Chrisley indicated she lied in order to see her sentence reduced. The former Chrisley Knows Best star also teased a new show, saying, "We're blessed to have our family back. And we're blessed to be coming back to television because we have a much bigger story to tell now." An untitled Lifetime project announced last week is set to follow members of the family, including Savannah and Chase Chrisley, who are executive producers of the show. In a move that stunned supporters and critics alike, Todd Chrisley, former reality TV star turned convicted felon turned newly freed man, broke his silence with a bold and unapologetic declaration. He has no remorse. Freshly released from prison after receiving a full pardon from former President Donald Trump, Todd Chrisley didn't hold back as he stepped back into the public eye with the confidence of a man who had just walked out of a storm without getting wet. Clad in a sharply tailored navy suit and silver cufflinks that glinted in the sun, Todd stood outside the Chrisley family's Nashville estate to deliver what can only be described as a sermon of self-righteous redemption. Flanked by his daughter Savannah, who had become the family's most outspoken advocate during his incarceration, Todd looked directly into the cameras and said, "I'm not sorry, not for 1 second. I did what I believed was right for my family, and I will never apologize for loving them fiercely, even when the system tried to paint that love as fraud." Gasps. Applause. Outrage. The internet instantly combusted. The unapologetic return of Todd Chrisley. For someone who once preached Southern etiquette and Christian morals on national TV, Todd's latest statement was anything but humble. But after 18 months behind bars and a controversial pardon that many are calling politically motivated, it seems the man once dubbed America's wealthiest helicopter dad has emerged more defiant than ever. Standing before a small crowd of media, supporters, and a few curious neighbors, Todd didn't mince words. "Prison didn't change me. It refined me. I came out more focused, more faithful, and more determined to speak the truth. And here's the truth. I have zero remorse. None." He paused dramatically. "Because I didn't commit a crime. I committed loyalty. I committed fatherhood. I committed to protecting what was mine." The Trump connection. Critics are still reeling from the Trump pardon, granted as part of the former president's wave of high-profile clemencies in his post-presidential influence tour. While some were surprised to see Todd on the list, insiders say it had been brewing behind the scenes for months. Todd had allegedly reached out to Trump's legal team earlier this year with a handwritten letter and a copy of his Bible, complete with underlined passages he claimed helped him survive the injustice. The letter reportedly emphasized his loyalty to family, his distrust of the federal system, and his desire to mentor other inmates. Somehow, it worked. President Trump understands loyalty, Todd said at the press conference. He knows what it's like to be targeted. He saw the truth in my story. Trump, for his part, issued a short statement. Todd Chrisley is a good man, a family man, persecuted by the swamp.
No
I'm
regrets,
proud to give
just
him his
realignment.
Todd's bold claim of no remorse didn't come without backlash. Social media erupted with hashtags like hashtag Chrisley and Repentant and hashtag Justice and Doan, while others, particularly fans of the defunct Chrisley knows best, applauded his candor. But Todd didn't seem fazed. In fact, he welcomed the controversy. I didn't build my life on pleasing the public, he said. I built it on faith, family, and fortune. And if I have to defend those values again, I will. Every time. He even hinted at a possible return to reality television. When asked whether Chrisley Knows Best might be revived or reimagined, Todd smiled coyly and said, "There's more story to tell, and America loves a comeback." Savannah speaks out. Savannah Chrisley, who has been fiercely loyal to her father through every twist of the family's legal nightmare, stood beside Todd with tearful eyes and a proud smile. She took the mic just long enough to echo his message. My dad is not a criminal. He's a warrior. And now that he's free, we're not backing down. We're going to show the world what faith and family really mean. Savannah also revealed that the family is already working on a docuseries chronicling their post-prison journey, complete with exclusive footage from the moment Todd stepped out of the facility, his first phone call, and the emotional family reunion. What about Julie? Noticeably absent from the event was Todd's wife, Julie Chrisley. Though also pardoned, Julie has been keeping a low profile amid concerns about her mental and physical health post-release. Some sources say she's less eager than her husband to jump back into the spotlight. When asked about her, Todd softened his tone briefly. Julie is healing. She's been through so much. But she's strong, and when she's ready, you'll hear her side too. But even then, he circled back to his message. None of this would have happened if the truth had been respected in the first place. We were never guilty. We were targeted. The Nation reacts, political commentators, and legal analysts are already dissecting the ripple effects of Todd's statement. Some warn that his unapologetic stance undermines the seriousness of financial crimes and sets a dangerous precedent for celebrity impunity. But others argue that his pardon is no different from others granted to high-profile figures in the past. Regardless, Todd is moving full speed ahead. A man on a mission. Before wrapping up the press conference, Todd revealed that he's launching a new foundation aimed at bringing awareness to wrongful convictions and over-sentencing in the federal system. The name? The Chrisley Correction Project, a nonprofit that he says will help other families like ours. I don't want revenge, he said. I want reform. And just like that, Todd Chrisley, once the face of Southern charm, later the face of scandal, has rebranded himself yet again. Not as a victim, not even as a villain, but as a defiant symbol of survival. And if you ask him whether he regrets any of it,